Secrets hidden in plain sight. Powers that move the world in the shadows. Questions no one dares to answer. Step beyond the Matrix. Subscribe.
After 34 years, Spirit Airlines is out of business. Can Trump save our Spirit? I mean Spirit Airlines? Remember, everything in our universe is logos, numbers, and symbols. That's it. So when they said Spirit Airlines is out of business, they are really trying to tell you that they're about to put your spirit out of business. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. Numbers, 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 numbers. Throughout its 34-year history of commercial operations ending in May, Spirit never had a fatal crash. 34 years. 3 plus 4 is 7, which is connected to the 7 planes of existence. Breathe in, breathe out. Take it all in, let it all out. Your spirit is connected to the air. Anytime they speak about Wi-Fi, air, airplanes, airlines, they're speaking about your spirit because our spirit is air. They said that Spirit filed for bankruptcy. When people hear the word bank, they think about a bank like this, but when I hear the word bank, I think about a bank of water. Spirit is air, bankruptcy is water. Water and air. Remember, Spirit Airlines ended in May. Mayday, 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 Mayday. We have emergency. It's kind of weird how Spirit Airlines ended in May, and Mayday is a call for emergency. Now we hear stories about Trump trying to save Spirit Airlines, or maybe he's trying to save our spirits. Are they saving spirits, or are they buying spirits?
Have you guys seen the movie The Congress?
No.
So The Truman Show and The Congress are 2 of my top favorite movies. I'm not a pop culture movie person, but you got to see The Congress. It took like 10 to 15 years to make because half of it is like all animation. It was like the trippiest animation. You might want to take some psychedelics and like watch that movie. It's about a washed up celebrity. This came out in what? The Congress 2010 maybe? Maybe earlier than that. She sells her likeness for what? $20 million or whatever it is. And then they create AI versions of her, and then it gets to a point where people can actually like drink a serum and like become that celebrity in this digital like AI type world. Like it's wild, guys. Watch The Congress. It is one of the best.
Wow, that's exactly what's happening.
Dude.
And that is so spot on because even in Congress right now, how they're getting exposed, they had their own files, the Congress files, to where they were essentially voting on their sexual misconduct, and they blocked it. Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
So there's so much disclosure happening right now to where they're just getting found out. I gotta check that movie out though.
Yeah, do it.
That's crazy.
Spot on.
Yeah, seriously.
Jeez. And it's always in the movies. That's why we're coming out with a show.
Movies, yeah.
It's always in the movies because they encode things in the movies
They do.
to where you have karmic retribution. Hey, we're showing you just how they had that other movie, Wag the Dog.
Yep.
And we were talking about that to where essentially they had a scandal in the movie. The president has a scandal. He's messing with an underage girl. Then they create a fake war.
Epstein. Anybody?
Yeah.
Epstein?
Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
And it's now in Albania. And they're like, hey, let's create this fake war. We got a green screen, this, that. And that happened right before Clinton's scandal, like weeks before.
Did you see all the Super Bowl commercials
Yeah.
this year?
Yeah.
Like Nerds clusters and the gummies.
Yes.
Like,
I missed a lot of them.
and the likeness of the Epstein Island and like
I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one.
oh my god. So the other night I was like, I woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't get back to sleep, and these words came to my mind, and it's consent through compliance. That's what it is. So there's the law of free will, right? Like in the universe. And the way that the elites get around this law of free will is through showing us in plain sight. That's why they have to make these commercials. That's why they have to make these movies. That's why they have to disclose that they're a part of this top secret Illuminati thing through symbolism and things like that, because we are consenting to it by not standing up and saying no, right? Our compliance in it is just like, well, yeah, it is what it is, It's just like, this is the world we're living in. We're agreeing to live in the world by being okay with it.
Yeah, they're eating babies. I always say that.
We're consenting
They're
to
eating babies. They're eating babies.
There are 7 planets which make all these frequencies happen. Those 7 which are aligned with your 7 chakras, and that's how you have a body, because you have 7 chakras that color of the rainbow is in you. The bottom one's red, the top one's blue. Red shift, blue shift.
Red, blue, Democrat, Republican.
Red pill, blue pill. Roses, red, violets are blue. Red siren, blue siren. Red tap, blue tap.
How do we know that's real?
Because of the frequency. And they tell you the red chakra has 4 petals. The orange one above has 6. The yellow one has 10. The green heart chakra has 12. This one has 16. The third eye has 96. Top one, a violet, has 1,000. When you add all the 6 bottom ones, you come to 144. Thank you, Bible, Revelation 14. When you multiply with the 1,000-petaled lotus on the top, the crown, Kronos chakra, then you get 144,000, the magical number. It's in you. It's in your chakras. So why has the bottom one got 4 petals, which is red, and why has the blue chakra got 16 petals? Because they're telling you it has a higher frequency. And if you get a blue laser as opposed to a red laser, which one is going to burn you more? Which one's more powerful, red or blue?
What? You're telling me there's another mysterious death linked up with the Obama family? So get this. Obama's 30-year-old housekeeper was just found dead in his former DC residence. And I know right now you're getting deja vu. We're not talking about the Obama's chef, who also died in mysterious circumstances. Sorry, it was Obama's current home, the one that he actually lives in right now in DC. But guess what else? Even crazier, the Obamas were there at the time of the person passing away. Now look, don't forget, their chef passed away by drowning in Martha's Vineyard. But do you want to know the craziest part of all of this? Whether the Obamas or, these people right here, this will continue to happen over and over again, but I guarantee you that nothing will ever get done about this stuff, ever. And if something does come up, we know it's just a distraction because something else crazy in the world is happening they don't want us to pay attention to.
I used to think the most dangerous person on the planet was a man who knew himself, a man who knew God, a man who understood the kingdom of God is within him. But that's half true. The truth is, the most dangerous person on this planet is a woman who knows herself. See, it's not about praising women. It's not about putting women on a pedestal. No. It's about telling the truth. Women were here first, and there was a time where women didn't even need men to reproduce. All they needed was the sun. See, you guys don't know this. Once you understand the story of Sophia, when she came back after the flood, she came back in a human body. And who was she? The wife of Prophet Muhammad. And what did he do? He suppressed the feminine power. Pray in the back. He suppressed the feminine power. And what did they do in Christianity? They told women to not preach. They told women to be silent. And what did the government also tell women not to do? They told women not to vote. Why is that, brothers and sisters? See, you can only do that if you fear someone's power. Once a woman knows herself, a woman knows thyself, she understands the kingdom of God is within her. She doesn't really need a man. Not to disrespect a man, not to disregard a man, but to understand that the power is already within you. You see, Iran has a Stargate. There are 10 Stargates. Who also has a Stargate? Women. All women have a divine spark within them, a Stargate within them. If all the brothers that wants to come on here saying, I'm praising women, this and that, go to someone else's page. I don't have time for that. Even Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach, his real name, his favorite disciple was Mary Magdalene. Feminine power. Yahushua HaMashiach. Who was the first person who found out he was a Messiah? It was a woman. Who was the first person to find out Yahushua had came back from the dead? It was a woman. What do you call Earth? Mother Earth. You don't call it Father Earth. We as men, we weren't supposed to suppress or control women. And for women, they weren't supposed to suppress or control men. You see, when you become a covenant, there's order. It's the Most High, Yahuwah, and then your spouse, and then the children. Together, we're better. But some of you don't want to accept that. Once you accept truth, once you accept the kingdom of God is within you, Yahuwah is within you. You don't care about hierarchy, who's better than one another. You just accept truth. All praises.
Your identity has been programmed to keep you in a low frequency loop. And when Kanye West sat on with Joe Rogan, he exposed the exact glitch they use to control you. Listen to what Ye actually had to say. He pointed out the labels, black, white, brown, aren't real. They're all socio-political misnomers. They are engineered constructs designed to enforce division, establish a hierarchy of privilege, and strip away your lawful sovereign nationality. I mean, check this out. The Proto-Indo-European root for the word black literally meant pale or colorless. They flipped the linguistics to create an identity crisis. When you identify primarily with a socio-political label, your consciousness is trapped in the physical matrix. But how does this actually work mechanically? To understand this, you have to look at vortex mathematics. I know it sounds crazy. In this video, we're going to talk about how 3, 6, and 9 work around the construct of time. In the physical universe, energy moves in a closed loop, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. This is the flesh circuit. It's the realm of duality of division of rich versus poor, black versus white. As long as you are fighting the system using their labels, you are vibrating inside that 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 physical loop. You cannot defeat the matrix from inside the matrix. To break free, you have to access the divine numbers, 3, 6, 9. These numbers govern the invisible architecture of the universe. They exist outside the physical loop. The elite know this, which is why they structure the construct of time, the 12-hour clock to map perfectly to this trinity. Every 4 hours on the clock, 4, 8, and 12, a gate opens to the 369 frequency. This is why the human biology is designed to sleep for 8 hours. Sleep is not just resting of the body. It's a forced biological disconnection from the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 flesh circuit. When you sleep, you forget your socio-political labels. You forget you engineered past trauma. You pass through at least 2 of the divine 4, 8, 12 gates, entering the 369 frequency, where your brain becomes highly neuroplastic. Neuroscientist Dr. David Engelman broke this down perfectly on the Diary of a CEO podcast. He explained that your brain is not a fixed system. It's constantly adjusting itself depending on what you focus on and what you repeat and what you expose yourself to. The brain physically rewrites itself based on experiences. When you pass through the 369 gates during sleep, you are in the ultimate state of neuroplasticity. So here's the thing, if you go to sleep vibrating in fear, the matrix rewires your neural pathways for slavery. If you set the right intention right before you cross the threshold of sleep, you hijack those 369 gates, you rewrite your own identity code. This is exactly what Kanye was attempting to show us. He wasn't crazy. He was grounded in the true mathematics of reality. So stop letting sociopolitical labels dictate your frequency. Inside the Miracle Academy, we teach the exact sleep and intention protocols to decouple from the matrix and activate your sovereignty. Comment Miracle below, and I'll send you the exact blueprint designed to help you escape this flesh matrix. Thank you, and I love you.
Some Final Destination shit happened in New Jersey today. A delivery driver was driving a box truck, and it was hit by a 767 Boeing plane. You heard what I just said? The wheel of a United Airlines plane coming from Venice, Italy, hit a box truck. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Listen to this. This nigga singing, having a good time. Look at this. Look at this shit. Nah. Look at this shit. Slow motion. That's some Final Destination shit right there. If that's not some scary shit, I don't know what is. You could see the wheel clearly right there. So they're saying that this plane was carrying 231 people. This plane hit a light pole and then it hit the box truck. They're saying that the plane was coming from Venice, Italy, going to Newark International Airport. And this accident happened on the New Jersey Turnpike. Now you gotta ask yourself, what's really going on in the sky? And how was it possible for a plane to hit a pole and then hit a truck while it was driving? Crazy thing is whenever I'm driving and I see a plane flying, I'm like, damn, that shit is kind of low. That shit can hit something. That plane did exactly what I was thinking. Which means if that shit hit that box truck, it could have did way more damage than that. Why was the plane approaching the runway that low? Look how close that was.
Oh my goodness. That thing hit that. Did you see all that wind?
I'm out.
They manipulate us to create our own prison while thinking what's happening to us is all random.
We are on the eve of a technological revolution.
It's kind of a form of preemptive programming. They're putting into the conscious and subconscious mind what they're planning to do. People become familiar with it. Instead of like, oh, no, we're not having that. It's a familiarity that is infused into the subconscious. We are manifesting an experience that relates to our perceptions. How can you give consent for anything if you're not aware there's anything to give consent to? Because it's kept from you. That's the reason they're leading us into belief systems that certain things are inevitable, when if we think they're inevitable, we collectively create them through this interaction.
We're getting ready to see people from President Obama's camp get served with federal indictments. because there was definitely a collusion process that took place to be able to rig the last election. And when we seen Obama's chef untimely die, he was getting ready to go public about a sexual relationship that him and Obama had. The Russians had this information. The Russians had this information.
The man died. The man died. He said he smoked crack with Obama.
Yes.
He said he smoked crack with Obama. One time he snorted coke. Second time he smoked crack with Obama.
And now he's dead.
And both times he had sex with Obama.
And now that man is dead.
Stephen Greer, this is huge. How you doing, Mr. Greer? I'm a big fan of your work, man. Thank you so much for all the...
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm here to tell you right now. Why is this all trending right now? Because of the Epstein files. And all of it relating to the reptilian, baby-eating, shape-shifting elites that are allegedly blood-drinking, shape-shifting, reptilian humanoids from Alpha Draconis, another dimension or whatever. It's a known conspiracy theory that the lizard people are to occupy the elite positions and run and rule the world, right? And the reptilian agenda contends these beings are ancient force controlling human religion and society. Weird. You hear rumors of these fools drinking adrenochrome from scared children. Just makes you wonder how far-fetched this really could be. And I tell you, they throw it right in your face, right at the Denver airport. They talk about being underground. They talk about lizard people. They throw it right in your face. And you start to see these fools looking way more like a reptoid than a human, oftentimes. And you just ask yourself if any regular people end up looking like these freakish elites. And you see it in their eyes. They literally look like they have snake eyes. And they never look like they actually age. And when you catch them off guard, you can see the truth. Just like this Jane Krakowski and Randy Jackson looking super fake as hell. Like this guy's running low on some adrenochrome. Who knows, right? But when I tell you, they throw it right in your face, bro. Just ask yourself if this is possible. Ask what this puddle is down here. Ask what these people are really getting after when they're telling you, literally in their own words, that she's a reptilian. So this is take it or leave it vibes, guys. They've got it everywhere in their little agendas. And just when you think you knew it all and you've heard it all.
E ao mesmo tempo, nós não vamos parar por aí. Já estão encomendados. Já estão encomendados. Estudos para eliminar. Chega, é muito. Já estão.
And I'm here to tell you, this isn't the last you've heard of this reptilian conspiracy theory. I ignored this for quite a long time before it became undeniable to me, and I felt like I needed to share just to get it out there, take it or leave it. I have proven this to you in so many ways on the money and everything else, guys. So for the real ones, much love, and to the fake ones, good luck.
And the only reason we gonna still have the internet while a lot of this shit going on, like literally, so much shit is finna crash down, and we gonna still have the internet. That serves two purposes. The oppressors want you to want to fool you into thinking that things ain't bad as they are. And then remember, the internet was created off our intergalactic highways that we naturally have communicating with each other. So this is why I told you got a lot of cosmic forces that work through this internet. The internet is a multiverse thing. Because what they using, the type of chip that they chose to use to create the internet, and we know who created the internet, a God did that. Okay? They'll tell you that much. Go research it. I'll save that for you to look up. But because of the chip that's being used, it's just like the movie Home. Remember his ass hit that button and he sent out a signal to air the whole universe? In the movie Home, if you ain't seen Home, go watch it. It's a kid's movie, but it's good as fuck. It's deep. It really got super downloads in it, but it's disguised as a kid movie. It's Home, right, babe? Yes. It's called Home. Alright? He hit the little button. Cheat. Sent out the signal. He invited the whole universe to the party, right? Okay. That's what they did when they created the internet.
What if our life was just a video game and we forgot that it was just a game? We started taking this shit really serious. When we started taking it serious, we got stuck on a certain level. What if the third dimension is just another level? Can you do me a favor? Can you spell the word level backwards? What do you get? This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. I mean, that'd be some real spooky, weird ass shit if we are really stuck inside of a video game. You know how people get money, new cars, new houses, they start growing, they say it's levels to this shit. Yes, it's really levels. And right now we are stuck on the third level. When I was younger, my favorite video game was the Mario Brothers. I don't know why I liked it. It just kind of made sense to me at a young age. But now I'm older, I sit back and say, shit, I see why. It was truth in plain sight. Remember, it's levels to consciousness. They put the truth in our face, but we look at everything like it's entertainment. But if you look at the word entertainment, it really means something. When you are being entertained, something can enter and taint your mint. Mint is mine. When they put this shit in video games, they were trying to control you, but at the same time, give you a message. This game is really speaking about Gnosis and a goddess that fell asleep. Well, she ain't really fall asleep. She was so-called kidnapped. The story of Sophia is about our wisdom. If you ever play this game, what do you have to do? You have to beat all these reptilian looking things to get to the princess. The princess represents the goddess, Sophia. Every last one of these dragons or reptilians, they live in a castle. If you look at our world, most of the reptilians that control this world, they live in a castle. King Charles. We can't forget his mother. They are really reptilians. Is this an accident, or maybe they're trying to tell us something? Do reptilians really live in these kingdoms? Everything is dealing with symbols and logos. They have 8 castles in this cartoon. Soon as you defeat the 8 castle, who do you get? You get the goddess. Remember, this story is about us. The 8 castle represents the 8 chakras in our physical body. The 8th chakra represents the soul chakra, your wisdom. The goddess, Sophia, is all about Gnosis. King Charles represents Bowser in the video game, and their purpose is to keep you ignorant. Because once you reach the goddess, their game is over. But right now, we are stuck on a third dimension, or level 3. Negative, positive outcome.
Having great intuition will save your motherfucking life. And the reason I say that is because your intuition is the built-in radar system and internal intelligence, which is a metaphysical gift that's cultivated by your nervous system, because your nervous system has the ability to read energy before the conscious mind catches up. So that's why the brain is able to scan micro expressions and being able to read thousands of neurological data points per second. So when it comes to the chosen ones, we're able to read these signals, because you can feel it in your motherfucking chest. You can feel it in your heart space first. That's why when you look at the word heart and you take away the letter T, you get the word hear, because when it comes to the chosen ones, we hear from the heart space. We see from the heart space. Everything is done from the heart space. You can tell when something is off. You can feel it in your motherfucking chest. So that's why, a lot of times you can feel when something is off, before you have a logical explanation for it. That's because it's coming from the heart space. Smoking and drinking all the time cuts off your intuition. You can't do that shit every weekend. You got to do it in increments, because it's going to create a neurological distortion, which creates a neurotransmitter imbalance. Because one thing you got to understand is that the brain in itself, when you're talking about awareness and decision making, that's coming from the prefrontal cortex. And when that's basically suppressed, that creates a manipulation in the amygdala, which is basically connected to your emotional signals. So that means that you don't have the ability to read the energy or the vibrations in the room around you when it comes to people, places, and things. That means that you have a disconnection. So with all that shit being said, listen to the song Heart Part 6 by Kendrick Lamar. There's a reason why he says use your heart and not your eyes. Because real elevation takes place when you understand that it's not just based upon having knowledge. It's all about clarity. Because when the mind is clear, the heart can hear. And when the heart can hear, that's when you start to move different.
Human beings only see 0.0035% of the entire electromagnetic spectrum. So if the electromagnetic spectrum were to be a road that is 1,000 miles long, human beings would only be able to see 200 feet of that road, just to put that into perspective. So that really makes me think about like colors that exist that we don't even know about, and we wouldn't even be able to comprehend what those colors are. But it also makes me think about the fact that like by literally observing our reality, that is how our reality is created. And then that information is relayed back to the brain, and then it creates this reality around us, right? So if that's the case, and we're not seeing a bunch of other lights, we're only seeing visible light that's like 0.0035% of the entire electromagnetic spectrum, that makes me think like, what if we would be able to see other dimensions if we were able to see all the light? And what if there are realities stacked on top of this one that we would be able to see? And like, what if interdimensional beings would be visible if we were able to see the entire electromagnetic spectrum? You know what I mean? Because we only know about the visible light. And the visible light is all the colors we have. We can't even think of a new color. We can't even think of a new thing. And if we're observing our reality and creating it, if we were able to see more of the electromagnetic spectrum, then we would be observing a different reality completely. And I just wonder like what that would look like and what we would be actually seeing. Like, would we be in a different dimension? Would we be in the same reality, but we would just be seeing other things? Like, would there be other beings that we would be able to see? Like, how vivid would the colors actually be? And what other colors actually exist out there that we don't even know about because our minds can't literally comprehend a different color that doesn't exist, because literally our eyes are set to the way that they are so that we can see the visible light that we can see, but we can't see more than that. And I just really do wonder about the reality of this world when you would be able to literally observe this reality, but with more of the electromagnetic spectrum entirely, not just the small blip of visible light that we're able to see. Like, if we were able to see more, then I'm pretty sure this reality would not even look like this. It probably looks like something entirely different, but the fact that we can't literally observe that because our eyes are only set to see the visible light spectrum in a small percentage, it's just crazy. Like, I really do feel like we're living somewhere where there could be a bunch of other things happening, but we just can't see it because we only see so little of the electromagnetic spectrum in its totality. And I just think that's interesting.
The entire Earth is moving into another dimension. Vibrations and frequencies of the whole Earth are changing to what's called the New Earth. And this is in the Bible, too, in the book of Revelations, when they talk about the new heaven and the new earth. It's just that it's happening right now.
What are these changes going to be once they've happened? I mean, is the economy part of the change?
Oh, economy won't matter at all.
Well, the collapse of the current economy, I mean, is this part of this big change that's going on?
You call it collapse, and we don't. It all depends on what world you're focusing on.
What world are you focusing on?
The positive. My company is booming. I don't have any problems. See, it depends on what world do you live in.
Well,
but the old Earth is where all of these things will be left.
What happens if you don't want the change? What happens if you want to live in this old world?
You'll stay with what you have created.
So where are you going?
I'm going with what's beautiful and positive.
Okay, so there's not people aren't leaving the planet as such, but there is a conscious shift.
Planets. It's separating into two.
But I thought that's what you meant, yeah.
The old Earth and the new Earth.
Not a physical separation.
Yes, but you won't notice anything has happened.
So are you talking about, like, for example, like a dimensional shift? Where some of us, we're not going to know the shift's happened.
Into another dimension. It's happening now. It started in 2003 and it's happening right now. We are moving into the new Earth. And people don't even notice. It's not going to just be bam and you're there. It's a gradual thing that's been happening.
Do you think people are going to are finding, should I say, this change quite testing right now?
Well, you're going through a lot of things to see. Main thing is getting rid of the karma. You're going through a testing time. Do you want to stay with the old Earth? Do you want to stay on the wheel of karma? Or do you want to move on where there is no karma in the new Earth? And where it's beautiful and wonderful? Is that what you want to do?
But is no karma going to make us spiritually grow?
It's more spiritual than you can even ever imagine. And many, many people are moving there. They're moving into it right now.
Consciously or unconsciously?
They don't know it consciously. But in order to move, our vibrations and frequencies of our own bodies have to change to match that of the Earth as it moves. See, the Earth is a living being, too. And it's moving into its next incarnation. It doesn't care if we go with it. We'd just as happy if we didn't go with it. we're like fleas on a dog.
It's happening, baby. Shit's happening.
See, y'all think this Mandela effect shit is fake. But the reality is, they're erasing the past so they can alter the future. So a woman on this app with a subscription to the newspaper archive website went down a rabbit hole and is showing you in real time that the Mandela effects that these people saying are false are true. You gotta ask yourself, why do people have specific memories of things happening certain ways? Certain items being certain ways that we know are true, and these people are saying, no, that's not true. I'm on the timeline where Chick-fil-A never had a K in its name. But let them tell it, the K has always been there. But she proved that to be wrong. This is from the newspaper archive website.
1986.
What does that say?
1976.
What does that say?
2000.
What does that say?
2010.
And what does that say? So I went down another rabbit hole. And she's not the only person that has proof that they've been lying to us. Apparently, a lot of us are on different timelines. Remember they said that Sinbad never played in the movie Shazam? Remember they said that Fruit of the Looms never had a cornucopia? Then remember when they said that the Berenstain Bears, that's what I remember it as, was something different? Well, look at this shit.
Stay tuned.
Look at this.
And what I'm about to show you, I'm gonna go into my safe here and show you a couple Mandela effects that have been, I'm now gonna come out
right here.
and show them to the world. So, look at what I got here. Oh, hold on.
What does that say right there?
The Berenstain Bears. Not Berenstain Bears. Berenstain.
Yeah, okay.
It's an actual book. Shazam.
What does that say right there?
And last but not least, talking shit before.
Show the tag, man.
Hold on, let me find the tag on these. If you guys can see the cornucopia.
Yeah, okay. We could go way deeper down a rabbit hole. The Monopoly man wore a monocle. That is the first person I ever seen in my life wearing a monocle. And the Richard Simmons I know wore a headband. I'm gonna let her end the video.
This is one about Richard Simmons and his headband. The first half looked about as pretty as Richard Simmons in a headband.
Yeah, all right.
The Rothschilds handled the money and the kings. The Rockefellers handle the oil, but the black nobility of Rome, they handle your soul. If you think the global elites are just billionaires, you're missing the architects of the cage. Forget Forbes. The real power is hidden in the house of Massimo. They don't need a bank account. They own the system that prints the currency. They claim descent from gens Fabia. Listen, that is the literal DNA from the Roman Caesars. But look closer at the anatomy. Why do popes wear the mitre? Traditional history says it's just a hat. Well, cool. Researchers say it's concealment. From the Paracas skulls to the Amarna period of Egypt, there is a period of god kings who have these elongated craniums. The Massimo family are the terrestrial wardens to this non-human strain. Yeah, and they've spent 2,000 years inbreeding to protect the Caesar strain, possibly Nephilim. They have a biological antenna designed to interface with these off-world entities. While you argue over the white pope and the black pope, the gray pope sits in the dead center. Meet the House of Orsini. They are the liaisons between human hierarchy and the archons. These are interdimensional entities that treat Earth like a resource. Reptilians and the Greys, and even humans, are just considered biological hardware to them. But don't worry, it doesn't stay gloomy. We got a lot more to cut through, so let's continue. Centuries before the United States existed, the House of Farnese set up their headquarters in the shape of a pentagon, not a villa. Their headquarters were anchoring a geometric landing pad for dark influences. Not much has changed. They used the Vatican's Lucifer telescope in Arizona not to look at the stars, but to look for their masters. Enter the Set We KV Act of 1666. Through maritime law, they've turned your birth certificate into a salvage contract. Basically turned people into assets, chipping your life force to entities that vibrate just outside of your spiritual awareness. Stay with me. Black nobility created the Jesuit order to be the original deep state. This is where intelligence agencies like the CIA and the Mossad were born. They are the keepers of the hidden history. From the 1954 treaties to the secrets under the ice in Antarctica, down to what the Vatican is hiding. Rothschilds, they're just court Jews. They're more like the accountants designed to take the heat. That way the Roman princes remain invisible behind silk robes and ancient stone. We're not living in a country, we're living in a corporate Vatican fiefdom. They use religious wounds to keep you from God, to keep you from your internal light. Confused, afraid, angry. Lower vibrational, that's where the demons feed. So to break free, we tap into our archaic light and we become the higher vibration. Love, light, and truth. Frequency is shifting. You carry the DNA of the Most High. They have titles, you have the source. We are all kings and queens. We are not separate, we are not lesser. And that's why they're scared. Because we are made in God's image and they serve the devils. It's time. Reclaim your light. My name is Derek, Static G. Follow me for more.